Hey kids, or should I say, hey buckaroos? This is Sheriff DarkRay coming to you live from the Cuatro Cinco Corral in my ma's basement. And I'm just here for a good time. I'm just here to hang out with you homies, do an update on the project, on the times, on the countdowns, see what's going on in our little ecosystem, our community of, it's really difficult to say how many people are in the community because we have about 105 people that, sweat and bled at the bottom of the market and, put money in the wish well and the mining phase. And so, those are our day ones. Those are our true ride or dies right there. And then we reached out to, I don't know how many people, but it was about 2,300 wallets that got the airdrop. According to this is crypto, so that means there was 5 people with 2,300 addresses. They claimed the airdrop, and every one of those addresses ended up getting 2 dark matter tokens and 2 fuel cell NFTs. And a lot of people, just boom, turned around and dumped them, or consolidated. And a lot of people left their NFTs, and those just spun up dead. I wouldn't call them dead wallets, but they're probably not their main wallets. The main wallets are what they're paying attention to. So, that blew our community up to about 2,400 people or 2,400 holders of the dark matter token. And then then we ended up seeing that number drop significantly. We've got, let me refresh this one. It was like 1887 earlier. Yeah, we're down to 1887. 1,887 wallets that have the dark. So it's kind of shrinking at the same time. We have the Telegram right here for you guys. The link is on X. The link is also in our Telegrams. And if you need me to, I'll DM you a link. It'd be great. The door's open. Come enjoy us. First of all, what the hell are you guys doing awake? It's late on a Friday night. You guys should be out having fun and socializing, or you should be asleep. Like it's crazy late. But granted, it's Friday. A lot of people have tomorrow off, which is cool. Pulse Jitsu with Fast Abdul says, I am here for the tech. That's good. At least someone is. And the Casey, being the honest person here, says, I'm here for the gains. And then Refined Hayseed Appalachia, which I haven't seen you in a while. I must be like closer to your schedule here. You must be a late night homie. I'm here for the manifestation of blockchain, an enclave, shimmer of light. I'm homeless and jobless without friends. Casey, you're not without friends. You got a bunch of friends right here hanging out. Very interesting. I've noticed a lull in the price of dark lately, and seen the bots and some people fighting it out. I don't anticipate a lot of selling it again until maybe I reach out to Mark from the Forge NFTs. So the Forge NFTs got a bunch of airdrops, and the No Permissions group with Randy Hilarski got a lot of airdrops. Like out of all the airdrops, they were by far the lion's share. And I haven't had a chance to stream with him. I was supposed to stream last night, unfortunately, Mark's not feeling good. So any of you guys throw out some positivity and, put your hopes and prayers or whatever power you believe in, send that to Mark so he gets feeling better. That's rescheduled for Monday. So we'll see, knock on wood. The problem with Monday is that the countdown, the timer is going to be done. And so when these guys find out they have fuel cell NFTs, it'll be too late for them to mint Journey 1. So I've been tagging that community like crazy on my tweets and Twitter. So hopefully those guys have enough cross-pollination with the other groups that we're part of, like Dollar Riot with Rags Riches, Brandon. You've got Sloth and his treehouse. You got a mastermind group. You got Whitney Magic. And Corey Costa, Money Talk with Thane and Corey Gary, those guys. We reached out to all those guys, and they were so kind to offer us an opportunity to talk to their audiences, and so gracious that we added all of them to the airdrop too. But it'll be interesting when I do a stream with Mark and see how many more of the Forge NFT holders find that out. But tonight it is just what it says. It's a late night Degen Rodeo with Sheriff DarkRay coming to you live. Feel free to jump in chat with any questions. Feel free to jump in stream with anything. And of course, I'll be frozen here in a second as I share my screen with you, homies. But that's okay. I'll take one for the team. So. Anyway, we've got some crazy price action here on PulseX. It'll be interesting to see what goes on with a little bit of pump and the bots. How much are the bots going to take? How much are they going to fight back? And then eventually, when do the bots join the momentum? That's just something fascinating that I wish I knew more about creating bots and setting them up for positive price appreciation. So that being said, as you can tell, I'm a little sleepy tonight. I just definitely wanted to get on here with you guys and hang out and figure out what is going on with everything. Let's see here. Let's go to. I've got a couple screens open here. And let's go to our favorite website of all of them. Let's go to agproject.io and take a look at the timer there, and see what's going down in Chinatown. All right. And let's also, share this out on Twitter or YouTube, wherever you guys are catching it. Send it, repost it. Get as many eyeballs on this, the replay gang, as possible. But anyways, here we go. I'm going to start with a smile. And that's a decent freeze frame. And we're going to share the entire screen because it takes too long to bounce from one to another, to another, to another. Screen of Infinity and agproject.io. This is the homepage. As you can see, there's 1 day, 11 hours, and 5 minutes left of minting the Journey 1 fuel cell. In the future, you'll be able to mint the Journey 2 fuel cell, Journey 3, Journey 4, all the way up to 33. But this is the only chance people have to mint the Journey 1 fuel cell. When this clock counts down, that will be the total number of Journey 1 fuel cells ever in existence. So I'm trying to get the word out to as many people as I can, but really, honestly, we're down with this really amazing community right now. And I'll click on Mint right now. As you can see, one fuel cell gets you, sorry, one dark matter, geez Louise, one dark matter gets you one fuel cell right now, and it gets you a bunch of bonus points that we'll get into later if you guys want to know more about the bonus points and the rank of the collective, which is a whole nother game that's pretty cool. But then again, like, see, I don't have enough dark in here. So if I click buy more, let's see if I wanted to buy, oh, Go Pulse doesn't let you click in the bottom. Okay, we'll just add some zeros up here. 369. I love it. Starts out with that. See, that proves, look at it, 369, guys. That must mean Richard Hart is part of this project because there's 369 in it, man. Mess with you guys, but it's for about $33 you can get a dark matter right now, just almost a dark matter. I'm sure I bumped this up. This wallet doesn't have that much dark or pulse in it, so we're not able to buy, but this is where you would buy. You just hit swap, and then of course you just go back to the mint page, put one in there, then you're going to approve the contract. So you have to approve how many dark matter you want to use to mint with. And then of course, you hit confirm, pay the fee, and you'll see this progress bar move across the bottom right here as it goes to mint. And then you get a cool little notification here. And then every other time someone else mints the fuel cells, they come popping up here from the bottom, and you'll get a little notification there. So that is how you mint the fuel cell NFTs, and those fuel cell NFTs for Journey 1 will be unavailable in 1 day, 11 hours, and 3 minutes. So check that out if you guys want to. And then let's carry on with this. If you want to check on the lottery and the treasury, because these fuel cells are an interesting NFT. They have a cool piece of art, which we've shown before. We'll show you guys again. But on top of the piece of art, when you mint a fuel cell, that fuel cell is put into a lottery where it can win more dark matter tokens. It also receives yield from the treasury. And as you can see, we've got 69,000 dark matter in the treasury right now to be paid out over time into the fuel cells. But if we click on tools, and then that'll take us to this beta page right here, which we have right there too. I'll take care of that one. So beta.agproject.io is where you can check out the lottery. And with the lottery, you've got 18,000 dark matter in the lottery. And right now, the first draw out has 1,800 in it. Second drawing, it has 5,400 in it. And the third drawing has over 10,000 in it right now. And so, yeah, there's 90,000 active fuel cells that have been minted already out of the supply. And we might get into supply later. I've been tweeting about it and trying to give you guys as much information as I can about the supply of dark matter. There's only 1 million tokens total, and here's 90,000 tokens that are now wrapped up in the treasury long term, and also in 18,000 of those are in the lottery for short term, depending on who wins these lotteries. And this is the webpage you go to get your lottery winning. So if you win the lottery, if your fuel cells win the lottery, you just come to this page, the lottery page, and you can put in, it'll tell you how many dark matter you've won and how many fuel cells have won the lottery. And you just hit scrape, you can pay a fee, and then it'll show back up in your wallet as liquid dark matter, which as time goes by may be more and more scarce. We're in Journey 1, we got Journey 2, Journey 3, Journey 4, all the way to Journey 33. And as you can see, this one right here, let me zoom it out to, it's the 4-hour chart I drew this on. Kind of, no, it must have been the daily chart. So if you go to the daily chart right here, you can see we've got a little bit of pump action going right now. We have 1 day left for the lottery. So 1, 2, boom, boom. That's the lottery's going to be over right there at the end of the smiley face. And then 11 days later, we have the lottery. So this is the first drawing, which is the small one. Here's the medium drawing, and here's the big drawing right before the next minting for chance for you guys to mint for Journey 2. And then you can be entered in Journey 2's lottery, right? Now, once you mint, you always get the payment of the treasury every 45 days, basically in perpetuity or forever. Like at some point, the treasury is going to be ground down to dust. But until then, it will, continue to pay out to all of the fuel cells, unless you guys lose the game of chicken and break open that fuel cell, unwrap it, burn it, vaporize it, as we say. And if you guys vaporize a fuel cell, you can get the treasury yield out of the inside of it, but you don't get any more treasury yield once you pop that baby open. And that's on the beta page here under vaporize. So if you go to vaporize, this is where we can vaporize. We have 4 fuel cells. So for instance, if we wanted to vaporize those 4 fuel cells, let's say that the treasury had paid out several times and we had some dark matter in there, we wanted to get to it. We could either go by the most recent, or Max shows you the ones with the most yield. Obviously, neither of them matter right now because nothing's been paid out yet. But if you click view selected fuel cells, boom, 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 boom. I've got 4 of these that were all minted in Journey 1. Here's their fuel cell ID. And this is how much dark matter they've accumulated. Again, the treasury hasn't paid out yet, so there's nothing sitting there. But that is how that one works right there. And again, here is our TA. Wrong one. TA. Here's our TA. We have no idea what's going to happen with price. It did start at $1. It made a 43x, and it's been all the way down as low as 16 bucks down here is where it came down to. But then again, like I said, we've got the bots that we're playing with. The bots do a lot of automatic trading. This is the insane thing. Look at this. It's 33 bucks a token right now. There's 6.9K in liquidity and 10K in volume. So our volume has been about twice as much as the liquidity up to this point. So let's see here. Come back and check the green room. Oh, sorry about that message there, homies. And we've got a couple questions here. We got Casey says the website is so badass. Great work. Thank you very, very much. When are the drawings? The drawings are every 11 days. So the first one's a little bit longer. If you go to lottery, you can see the first lottery is going to be drawn in 12 days, 14 hours, and 49 minutes. And then once this counts down, it'll start counting down to the second drawing and the third drawing. So come here to the lottery page to see when the next drawing is going to be. And there will be a long gap between the biggest drawing and the first drawing of the second journey, because you'll have 11 days of minting that fuel cell, and you'll have 11 days of waiting. So it'll be about 22 days between the biggest drawing of Journey 1 and the little drawing of Journey 2. So check that out. Howdy, Steve Stash. How are you doing? Our buddy from Twitter. Good to see you. Dang, I'm late. Yo, fam. Dope. Jonathan Kampala, it's good to have you here for the rodeo, knowing that you know a thing or two about, the Western, the country lifestyle. I thought maybe you'd appreciate the rodeo theme. Usually I've got I've got my spacesuit on for special occasions, but I will have my spacesuit on for the drawings for sure. We got some people giving thumbs up here. You never sent me any notifications. How am I ever to know right now? I'm very drunk and happy to listen. to you drone on. And that's KFE, or that is our local maestro right there. That is a dude that has written the anti-gravity anthem and also the rap. Leroy, the space monkey, which is a killer right now. I almost feel like we should play that, but maybe we'll get to it in a little bit. I just wanted to show you guys what's going on here. It's there's very low liquidity right now, which means you're going to murder the price up or down. You're going to be pushing the price against you one way or the other. Now, someday that'll most likely change. There will most likely be a lot of liquidity in these pairs and in this ecosystem. But for now, with all the people that have basically been giving about 5,000 tokens to drop off, I mean, we've seen the dumpage come in pretty good. If you look at the chart, you can see interesting. Let's go to the 1 hour chart and I'll show you guys. So here's the life of of anti-gravity. We launched on 11/22 at 11/22 because we're cool with those numbers. They're a big deal with us. And we just threw it on there at $1 and we let the bots, fight it out or whatever. And then it was kind of raised up here to $7, give or take. And this is where we told, the people that have, this is where we told the claim phase. This is where we pushed all of the tokens to the people that were in the wish well with us and that were in the mining. And as you can see, some of them took some profits and probably aped into some other stuff or just put some money back in their pocket, which is great. But really not much. Like it basically kind of leveled out around the $6 range here. And then of course it got popped up and then some pumpage happened all the way up to about $22, right? And this is where we did the airdrop. You can see on the chart airdrop, and actually there was a bunch of liquidity here, another extra 10 or 20 grand that was in here. And those guys just took their money and took off. Like they were very happy to cash out and they took their money and left, which is fine. That's what airdrop's for. It's for awareness. And a lot of people became aware, hey, I found this token in my wallet. And then of course we got another pumpo. And then we've been watching, a lot of free claimers and maybe some people that had bigger groups or bots that bought, that accumulated down here, dumping. And then someone spiked it all the way up to $44 almost. And it came back down all the way to like 16. So as you can see, we have the dumpage, very low liquidity. Looks like a few people are making a mad dash at the last second trying to get some dark matter tokens and mint them before the mintings close, before you can't get any more fuel cell NFTs from the first journey. So that's been pretty interesting to watch. All right, now let me check back with my homies. In the green room, we got nobody. In the chat, we got nobody. We're just partying, hanging out here, and watching the chart. I kind of want to maybe just kick off of YouTube, and then go on just listen to some music on X. X doesn't kick you off for playing music. YouTube will ban you for playing Sky Rizzy commercial jingle. They're just they're evil. They're about as evil as it gets. Google came out with a motto, the logo, "Don't be evil" or "Do no evil." I think it was "Don't be evil," and then they became one of the most evil companies and corporations on earth. And they bought YouTube, of course. And so YouTube went from not being fun overnight really quickly, but it's still a great place to learn how to fix your car or fix your stove. Like if you want a how-to video, that's pretty badass. And so we go there. We got those on there, and a bunch of you guys. We got 7 people from YouTube right now, and they're blowing up the chat. So love you guys. And then we got about 30 people watching on X. First Journey minted NFTs are entered into every lotter after the first 3-2. No, the First Journey mints are only in the First Journey's lottery. The Second Journey mints are only in the second lottery, and so forth. However, the treasury pays out at the end of every journey, even the first, the second, and third. They go back, and so every fuel cell gets treasury payouts as long as it is not vaporized. We do have a guest, a very special guest in the green room. Let's bring him up here. Mr.
Hey.
Mr. Jiu-Jitsu, Mr. Two Fucks, Mr. Fast, Mr. Abdul, welcome to the stream. What the hell are you doing up this late? That's what I got to ask everybody that shows up here.
That's a good question. Well, I just I was actually had an inquiry I want to run by you. I just found this pool on Two Fucks called Tokens That Don't Suck. And it has 50% dark token, 30% Two Fucks, 5% Solid X, Nope, Pulse, and X token. Wondering if you could tell me about that.
Yes, definitely. Let me unfreeze my camera since I'm talking face to virtual face, if I do say so myself.
There's a button to freeze your camera?
There we go. Every time I change screen or share screens, my camera freezes with whatever face I've got going on. And usually it's like, or me picking my nose, something unflattering. So I've learned to freeze on like a just cheesy grin. So It looks like someone really excited looking at the chart. But yeah, we are working on a pool put together called Tokens That Don't Suck. It's subtle. It puts the message out there. It's on brand. And Tokens That Don't Suck is going to be put together on the Two Fucks protocol. And like you said, 30% Two Fucks, 50% dark, and then 5% Pulse, Nope, Solid X, and X. So that's the blend we're starting with this aromatic coffee blend that we got going on here. Casey does say, damn, missed all the early Wishwell and VC stage. I had a good excuse though. I was fighting bears and eating ramen all day. I can attest to that. That's true.
That is a good excuse.
Casey walked something like 1,800 miles on the Pacific Coast Trail. So he was out there. Well, all of us were like dying the death of 1,000 cuts in the bear market. He was fighting bears and eating ramen, which I think personally was a better use of time than most of us.
Yeah, the bear market, I could have spent a couple days just, eating ramen noodles, fighting wildlife, and that would have been more pleasant.
Yeah. Yes. Anything would have been more pleasant than being like, it can't go down any further, and then being wrong repeatedly. It's already down 99%. How far can it go? Well, the answer is another 99%. Now you're the man of 1,000 hats. I'm really surprised you didn't show up with a Stetson or a cowboy hat for the rodeo. I don't want you to get in trouble with Sheriff DarkRay. But feel free to slap on any one of the magical hats that you have, or sip out of any of the magical mugs or glasses that I've seen handed to you. Which I was straight peeing my pants. That stream where you just had drink after drink after drink.
Yeah. There's been a couple streams where I've had 17 drinks.
It was great. It was great. Let's see here. Yes, 3% goes to First Journey forever. Yep, 3%. 3% of the treasury gets paid to the First Journey forever. Like every 45 days, they split 3%, and then the percentage goes down with everyone. Do we have to remint for the Second Journey if you're in the First Journey? Yes and no. So the First Journey is always going to be First Journey fuel cells. They'll have a different identity and a different picture, a different piece of art. The second journey is going to have a different piece of art and a different allocation from the treasury. So you're going to get less yield in the second, third, fourth, and so on. But it's going to be its own class. So if you want to put in for the lottery on the second journey, you've got to mint on the second journey. Okay. Didn't know if it continued for the lottery every time. Nope. I wanted to set it up so you were in every lottery, but there was nothing replenishing the lottery. So the lottery address fills up and empties every journey. The treasury bloats over time, and then it hits this critical mass, like this certain tipping point, where it then starts to deplete and pay out more than it's taking in. And a lot of that's based on the evil address minting schedule, which is on the darker paper. So if you go to the darker paper, you can see, there you go, Wrangler. You're ready for it.
I didn't have a cowboy hat handy. I have one, but it wasn't handy. But this is my farmer hat.
That's more of a cowboy hat than this right here. This is mostly just for the sun.
More real cowboys are wearing Wrangler hats, I figure.
Yeah, Wrangler cowboy, like the baseball cap, very, very cool, very sleek.
And where I live, this would be very typical farmer attire, minus the collar, probably.
Yeah, awesome. So, do you happen to know when people might be able to look forward to the Two Fucks pool? As I've asked for a little bit of your guidance in this area.
Yeah, you bet. Hey, mind if I share a screen?
Please do. I'm gonna stop sharing mine, okay. And I won't be
good because
throw yours up there.
I was getting dizzy. Okay. So what there is right now is there's a pool on Fucks.io. Okay, so it's just a liquidity pool. But it's there, it's available. Anybody could use it. So anyone could add liquidity to that pool now that it's created.
Anybody?
Yep. Well, anybody who knew which buttons to press.
Does that include cowboys and founders?
Some of the founders I know could probably figure it out. Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
Indeed.
Okay, all right, here we go. Let me share that up on screen with you. So check this out. So this is at fucks.io or 2fucks.io?
This is right now, it's at fucks.io. So the relationship between 2fucks and Fucks is that Fucks is the DEX and 2fucks is the yield amplifier. So with this pool, it's not on 2fucks yet. I'll explain that in a second. So it's on the DEX, meaning it can be, this can now be traded on fucks.io, though the liquidity is very, very small at the moment. And it will also be reached by things like the Piteous DEX aggregator will move through this pool. And not just for people buying the dark token. It could be people trying to buy 2fucks, Nope, SolidX, X, or even selling Pulse into something else. It might move through this pool, which will, of course, pay fees to people who are participating in this liquidity pool. So there's a definite benefit there. So once this pool is just a liquidity pool. It's quite an interesting liquidity pool in that it has 6 tokens in it. But the end game would be for this to become a farm. So what happens when it's a farm is people get bonus yield. So right now you could participate with this and you'd get the fees. You'd be compounding your tokens. You'd end up with more tokens. Like there's the potential for a permanent loss, but like you're making fees every time somebody trades through the pool if you're in the pool. But once it's a farm, you're still making those same fees, but on top of that, you're getting bonus tokens. And basically, with the 2fucks front end, you'd be getting 2fucks as well as Fucks tokens. So it's basically double than if you just did it on the Fucks exchange by yourself. And those tokens are valuable and they have utility. So it's a win, in my opinion, to seek the option for it to become a farm, which is usually has something to do with the volume of the pool being big enough to be worthy and the quality of the tokens in the pool being high enough to be worthy. I think there's a chance this could work out.
I like it a lot. I was actually just looking up the price of 2fucks when you were doing that, and 2fucks is on the tear, man.
Yeah, like there's teams buying up 2fucks right now, like all kinds of like teams, probably buying up 2FUCks because they've discovered the utility, and we have the highest APRs on Pulse Chain on most of our pools.
Yeah, I don't think people are going to have a chance to wait for a pullback on that one.
It's still, honestly, the math is that it's still undervalued. Like 2FUCks controls now 81% and change of all the votes on FUCks, the DEX, and you're only voting on money, like which pool pays the most yield. So those votes are worth money, and 2FUCks is the best way to get the votes. And as we move into the bull market, it's my belief, not financial advice, that that's going to become an even more valuable commodity. People have probably figured out that our bribery protocol is coming up right away too. So you'll actually have an option if you have locked 2FUCks tokens. Those are the people who can vote, who lock their 2FUCks tokens. You'll have an option to take bribes for your vote. So we're making a whole new revenue stream. So I think that's part of it is just people waking up. Part of it's the bull market kicking off, and we're going up with the other blue chip things on Pulse Chain. And then the other part is people want bribes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And Casey says, I love that idea. Maybe talking about the lottery, maybe talking about this pool. But this is really interesting because a lot of whales or people with significant amount of money have DM'd me and said, I really want to get into that dark matter, but the liquidity is so small, I'm going to blow it out. It's like, I explained it to my friends, it's like a sumo wrestler doing a cannonball into a bathtub, right? Like they just blow it out and it doesn't work for them. And they're like, we need more liquidity. So
if they buy and they 5x the price, then probably it's not a win for them, right? Like, right. They need to be able to buy at least, even if they don't do it all in one shot, they need to be able to move in like $50,000 over the course of a day, right? And so hopefully this will help with that.
Definitely. And if they are already have a significant amount of any of these tokens, they can also join with that. I mean, obviously, ideally you want to put in this ratio, right? 50, 30, 5, 5, 5, 5. Oh, look at that Quattro Cinco. So 50, 30, Quattro Cinco. Huh?
Yep. Yeah, there's the Quattro Cinco there. I never noticed that before. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if that was intentional.
But if you're like a whale, if you got a ton of X or a ton of solid X or Nope, or even 2FUCks, you can enter this and it's going to automatically balance it for you.
It does balance it for you, but if you just entered the pool with one of these tokens, what it's doing in the background is it's selling that token to fill the other positions, right? So, which depending on the liquidity situation could be an okay deal, but it could be a bad deal. You might face like higher slippage. So I recommend for most people that you try to get the balance that is required. And actually, I can show you that. Let me hook up my wallet. Because it does give you all the information you need to make an informed decision on is this the right amount to put in. There we go. Okay, so now can you see how I have
going to FUCks, and then what did you just pull up? Pool balance?
Well, here, if we go to FUCks, and then you can find, if you search the dark matter token on the pools page, you could end up on this page. And this is this will be probably the main pool for dark, I suspect. So yeah, if you just search the token address, it will lead you to this page.
Cool.
So I suggest maybe you post in a Telegram room or something as well, so people have an easy time finding it. Once it's a gauged pool, they'll just be able to press this VFUCks tab, which is the voting page, and that only has the gauge pools on it. So instead of 1,000 pools, there's still like 90 pools, but that are farms. But yeah, that's actually the quick route, the back door to get here quick. So once people are here, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you DM'd me a link to this, but I didn't see if it was in private or on X or on Telegram that you sent that to me.
I sent it in private to your personal address on Telegram. So you're, of course, free to post it wherever you like.
Perfect. Yeah. I'll definitely be posting that in our Telegram, t.me/antigravity saga. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt you. What were you saying?
Well, I want to get to adding the liquidity part, because I think this is part that people need to understand. So you go here, you press, once you're on the page, you got your wallet signed in, you press add liquidity. And this is just my test wallet here. I don't think I have any dark in here. I got a little bit of no, perfect. But regardless, you can see there's all the pools here. All the tokens that we just talked about are in here, and it tells you what the percentage is supposed to be. I don't have all these tokens in this wallet. I have some of the tokens. So let's say I want to enter with just my Nope tokens that I have in this wallet. Well, it happens to be $2.84 worth. Well, I would face 87.79% slippage to enter with just my Nope tokens.
So okay, yeah. So if you're just going in with one, that's quite a bit. That's quite a penalty.
This is that penalty is unusual, and that is because there's not very much liquidity, probably mainly for the Dark token and the X token on Fux right now. There's lots of liquidity for 2Fux, Solid X, Pulse, and and Nope, right? So if it weren't for those other tokens, for the X token and the Dark token, your slippage would probably be something like, it would be less than 1%. It would be, maybe you do it, maybe you wouldn't, like you could get down to 0.5% if you fixed it up. So, but this is what you want to look for down at this page where it says the high price impact. That is unsatisfactory. Now, once this pool is bigger, because, there's already 10K in it, which there's not right now, then also you wouldn't face that same slippage. It's just because it's a tiny pool, and I'm virtually doubling the value in the pool by putting in my $2.84. So, but with that in mind, let's look at like a more reasonable option. So, but let's say, okay, that's what I have in Nope. What do I need in these other things so that I'm not paying 87% slippage, right? So if I wanted to put in my $2.84 in Nope, and that was I didn't want to buy some more Nope. I wanted to stick with that. How much of these other things do I need? So I could press this proportional suggestion button. So, okay, so I get some dark. I need $34 for the dark, right? And we can look on the slippage. Oh, it's starting to come down. How much X do I need? That much. Slippage is still coming down. How much Solid X do I need? Yeah, 57%. We're getting there. What am I missing? Oh, 2Fux tokens. Yeah, let's get some of those. $16 for 2Fux tokens. I'm down to 12% slippage. And then if I put in, I have to pulse my wallet, I'm going to put in the proportional amount of that. And now my slippage is less than 0.01%. So it's like, that's as good as it gets, right? Like on an EDEX anywhere. So that's what you want to do.
How does this all happen on the same transaction? So let's say, for instance, let's say I've got all those coins. I want to inject them all at the same time, obviously, so I don't get slippage. That's what this thing allows. That's part of the. I'm guessing you're going to do approvals and permissions to let it access those tokens, and then that one transaction just boom injects all of them at once, right?
Exactly. So I don't have every single token in this wallet, but if I did, and I was putting in this amount, I have almost no slippage, so that's not a problem. I would just press the preview button, and then it would ask me for an approval for like all 6 of the tokens on this list if it was the first time I'd added liquidity with those tokens. However, in subsequent times from the same wallet, you won't have to do as many approvals unless you go over your limits, right? So like right now, if I press the button, it would probably ask me for approval for X and for Dark, because I haven't provided liquidity for those before from this wallet, but I have for 2Fux, Solid X, and Nope and Pulse, so it wouldn't ask me for approval. But most people will end up doing 6 approvals the first time they ever do this. And then after you do that, you then have an LP token that's in your wallet that you can come back here and you can remove that liquidity anytime. And the process to get the liquidity out is very similar. It's just you remove the proportionate amount of the LP of each of those things. So you end up with 6 tokens in your wallet if you chose to remove your liquidity. You actually have an option to choose to just take one of the tokens out if you wanted to. Like if I was like, okay, I want to pull from this pool and I want to only pull dark matter, well, you could. And you could be like, I just want to receive the maximum amount of dark tokens. It would let you, but the slippage process that we just looked at would be the same, right? So right now that would work very poorly. If the pool is really big, maybe you could take the just dark, but then what it's doing again, it's selling the other tokens to buy dark to fill the order. right, in the background. So Fux being a fork balancer, it balances it for you, whether you're adding with drawing, but it balances by trading them, right, by swapping them. So you want to keep that in mind. But after there's $10,000 plus in this pool, the slippage will go down substantially. I don't anticipate anyone paying 87%. And certainly it gives you disclaimers at the bottom. If I erase the $2 here, right, it's going to tell me like price impact, and I have to click a button saying I accept the ridiculous price impact. I think there may even be some other disclaimer that pops up to say like, hey, you're getting wrecked. So like, yeah, you're well informed. But when you do this, if you do that proportional representation button I talked about, and then you go over to Pitius and you buy the right amount of the tokens that you need, that's probably the cheapest route most of the time. And then bring them back here and put in the right amount or pretty close. Like I don't mind paying 0.03% slippage, but I refuse to pay 52% slippage. I don't care what the situation is. That's not good, right? So, but like, yeah, you can be a little off and it's fine, but like it gives you all the tools to learn what you need to do, and that's cool.
Yeah. The other thing that I was trying to figure out earlier was this isn't just pairing dark with those other 5 tokens. It's basically a pair within a pair within a pair within a pair. So it's kind of like when you're trying to figure out combinations on a lock, right? If there's 2 or 3 digits, there's not like you know what I'm trying to ask, right?
Because we can figure out exactly how many pools you've created here. So there's 6 tokens in this pool, right?
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we do is we add up the numbers. We skip 6. We start with 5. So 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So 15 I get. Let me double check that. 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 15. So when you create this one pool, when you enter this one pool on Fux, it's like you created 15 liquidity pools, because you'll like it's essentially dark paired to 2 Fux, dark paired to no paired to dark paired to solid X, to pulse, to X, as well as X paired to 2 Fux, X paired to nope, solid X, etc. So it's literally, it does the job of 15 liquidity pools and gets the fees of 15 liquidity pools, which is partly why these APRs tend to be so high for people participating in the pools, because you can really grind. Like every time somebody buys X, the DEX aggregator is going to check this pool to see if this is where the best deal on X is, and if it should be moving through solid X or dark or 2 Fux or pulse or nope to get to that X token. And every time something moves through your pool, you're collecting fees. So to have 15 opportunities to collect fees instead of 1 opportunity to collect fees, well, it's a big difference. And that's why about half of the trades on Pitius tend to move through the Fux exchange. They do almost 2 million a day in volume.
Wow. That's crazy. Now, and so this pool is on Fux.io. Yeah. And then if it turns into a farm, then it will show up on 2Fux.io, or still just be on Fux.io?
Well, the liquidity will always be on Fux.io, because Fux is the DEX and that's where the liquidity lives, right? So, but when you deposit the liquidity, you get an LP token. Now, once this becomes a farm, after a person deposits liquidity, it will give you an option. They'll say, stake your LP token to earn extra. And they'll say that right on the Fux page here. But what I recommend is you don't stake your LP token. You come over to 2Fux.io, and then you go to the portfolio page. You'll be able to see the LP token, and then you can stake it there. And that will result in you getting about twice the APR you get on Fux alone. And so it's the same LP token. It's just basically a different front end for Fux. And the LP token is like, obviously, like all the LP stays in Fux, but you deposit it there and you get a large boost on your additional yield, which is going to be, substantial. There's almost no reason not to do that, in my opinion. It's in the same contract. It's just, deposited through a different front end to give you more yield.
That's amazing. I absolutely love this idea. It looks like, says Mooning getting FOMO. It looks like someone is front running this information on the chart and eating some slippage as we speak, which is kind of crazy because, like I said, I saw the Nope and Dark pair on 9mm basically pull back and disappear. So I think that
somebody just
that
pulled it.
person is also looking at this group to throw in some nope and some dark and some stuff to start earning higher fees than they were off of that other exchange.
Even before this becomes a farm, it will likely pay much higher fees just because of the 15 pools, right? Like it has potentially a 15x possibility to pay more. But once it is a farm, if votes are directed to that farm, it could pay substantially more. We have farms on 2Fucks that pay over 1,000% right now, actually, which is a little bit of an outlier to tell you the truth. But there's quite a few that are
1,000% APR.
Yeah.
So by the rule of 72, their money is doubling every seven times a year or something like that.
Sounds about right.
70 times a year. Let me see. What time out? I've got a calculator here. I don't know why I'm trying to make my brain work this late at night. So if you get 1,000% and then we divide that by the rule of 72, basically every 13.8 days, their money's doubling.
That's not terrible, is it?
That's crazy. I don't even know if I did that right, but it's basically doubling at a silly rate.
I would if I was looking at a year, I do a different. I've heard of this rule of 72. That's not something I use on a day to day. Like I would take the 1,000%, which is a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would divide that by 365, right, which gives me 2.739%. And then if I divide 100 by, I'm getting 2.739%. So if I divide 100 by that number, 36.5 days, you double. So, but I guess you'd work in some additional compounding there, perhaps. But I think it'd be more in that 30 to 40 day range that you would double at 1,000% APR, if I understand correctly. But regardless, it's a silly number. And the truth is that's an outlier in that it'll probably go down, right? Because that's over the top. But to think of 100%, anywhere between 40% and 100% APR seems to be somewhat sustainable on a lot of these pools right now, which is pretty cool. I have I have 3 pages of pools, 15 pools that are 200% APR or more. So maybe dark matter, that maybe the tokens that don't suck pool could be in that list one day.
Are you checking out the price of 2Fucks right now? Is going a little moonshot.
Let's take a look. Yeah. No, I had a big uptake today. That's nice. Not just PDI and 2Fucks.
It's bananas. It looks like someone market bought $9,000 of 2Fucks in anticipation of this pool.
Yep.
If I were like Sherlock Holmes or a savant genius, I would guess that I'd be connecting some of these dots with what's going on right now. We've got bright light in the house. I'm here for agreeable dark matter. Yep, that is bright light, the founder of the Yep token. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Like I said, I don't know what's wrong with any of us. I don't know why I'm awake. I don't know why you're awake. I don't know why anyone here watching is awake. This is insane.
It's pretty strange.
If you guys are holders of 2Fucks or you're holders of dark, tonight's a pretty damn good night.
Yeah, it's been a good day for both our tokens. Quite a few tokens, actually. Today is a hot day on the Pulse chain and in crypto in general. We have Bitcoin still bumping around that 100K-ish range, right? $99,094. Ethereum breaking 4,000 today. Great numbers.
Yeah, well, I mean, the pendulum had to swing. The rubber band had to snap. We went through an extended bear market. Some people are like, oh, it's normal. It didn't feel normal to me. I've been through a few bear markets, but this was by far the most painful bear market. And I kept saying to myself, something's got to give. Like Bitcoin did that strange half thing with the ETF 6 months early, and then it like just made everyone guess what was going to happen for 8 months before it was like, okay, like the government's not going to try shutting us down or taxing the shit out of us, and boom.
A lot of sideways actions we saw, which was actually great for farming stuff because farming works quite well when things are going sideways.
Yeah, it's crazy, and so it's, like I said, this is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for Bitcoin to peak. We've been waiting for Ethereum to go on a run, and then eventually that money to come into the other altcoins. And so we made it. Like we survived, folks. You guys are just, and it all comes down to community, right? Like the Pulse community, the Hex community. The Two Fucks group, Randy's No Permissions, Heartbeat, Brandon Rags to Riches, a whole bunch of just crazy great people like Sloth that just stepped up and just continue to pump out material and education and information over and over and over. It's just insane. And then you have people like Johnny Chaos that are just, you can't make someone like that up. You can't create a Johnny Chaos in a lab. Johnny created himself and a lot of other cool stuff in his studio, and he's just, I love the guy. He's crazy. Don't get me wrong. He's effing nuts. But I love the man.
He does what he says he's going to do. The guy's got freaking balls, though, right? So
yep, he's loyal. Hexologist is loyal. Matty Allen's loyal. You got these really tight, like horsemen of the apocalypse that they're not going anywhere.
Nope.
They're just not. Jonathan says it's a beautiful time to be alive. Try to live in the moment every day. It's our time. And this is what we've all been buzzing about as influencers or builders or whoever. We're just like, man, do you remember a few years ago we were all rich and we could all get together? Like every month there was a meetup or a Pulse Chain tour. There were people going to Europe to see Richard Hart back then. Like it was a renaissance of in real life community. And I mean, I'm super excited to hang out with people in person again. Like,
are you going to be going to these events?
Yeah, I love hanging out with you on stream, but to like run around Vegas or San Antonio or some crazy city with your best friends, there's nothing better than that. Let's see here. Steve Stash says 54.80. Is that not Two Fucks? Two Fucks is like,
it can't be $54. If it does, I'm going to buy like Hawaii or something. That'll be fine.
Yeah, so Two Fucks is up to 00107. Oh,
what about Dark? What is Dark
Matter? Dude, Dark Matter is at 55. So Dark Matter is at all-time high. I think people are buying it up to put it in this because you're going to need 50% Dark Matter or eat some slippage. And so it looks like some people are choosing to just eat that slippage now and just go head first into this crazy thing. Yep, Dark. Thank you very much, Steve Stash. Good to see you here. We got another 40 people hanging out on Twitter. The same 7 homies are on YouTube. Like YouTube does not share anything to my own audience. I have people with like the notifications turned on and everything, and I'll be streaming and no one will know on YouTube. YouTube is completely flushed me down the toilet. And so as time goes on,
copyright violations.
I had a bunch, and so like I quit. Like I was banned for a few months. I did my little timeout, right? And then for a while, just to keep it safe, I didn't even stream on YouTube. I only did X because X let me pump some music, right? So I was streaming on X. I come back to YouTube, and I'm streaming with Crypto Black Sheep, the Degen protocol guys, because they got an airdrop. I'm streaming with them. I restream their stream, and it copyrights the music from their stream on me. No. It's original music made by Crypto Black Sheep.
And you're restreaming his stream
And I'm
that he's
restreaming
invited
his
you
stream,
on.
and they're hitting me with copyrights. And half the time, I'll do a live stream, and it won't show up for me to share for days. Like, it won't even show up in my studio. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Like I said, if you need to work on your car or fix an appliance, YouTube is a place to go. Go to YouTube for instructional videos, and there are certain people in our community like Money Game Crypto, Crypto 7, and some of those guys. They've figured out the algorithm, and they're getting that stream. The live streams are just hitting everybody. Crypto Coffee's got insane stuff. Crypto Graphics, all those guys, K4K. It's just, you go on and on. There's probably, I think there's going to be over 1,000 Pulse Chain streamers at the beginning of this run. I don't know how many we're going to end up with, but it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. We will be undeniable. And when people keep saying, "Hey, Coinbase list us," or Binance list us, or like all these sexes, we don't need them. We really don't. Like, we didn't. We made Uniswap so popular and usable, and then they turned their backs on us. And MetaMask is becoming harder and harder to use every day. And as Brother KG says, those guys spy on you. So on my list of to-do things is to convert over to the Internet Money wallet. So I'm planning on definitely converting over to Internet Money and starting to use that on streams and stuff, because MetaMask is just made for
They built an
Ethereum.
infrastructure that doesn't exist anywhere else. So as far as DEX aggregators go on the Pulse chain, they're not like a true DEX aggregator. They show you the best deal, including Pitius, which is a DEX aggregator, but they have access to more DEXs on the Pulse chain than anywhere else. There's at least 3 DEXs I know of you can access via swapping inside the Internet Money wallet that don't have front ends on the Pulse chain. So unless you're a dev or a dev adjacent like me, you can't use them unless you use the Internet Money wallet. So that's pretty strong sell story, especially with how all these P copies are flying off the hook, right? Because some of them, that could be the only place that a non-super user could possibly buy them.
Yeah, you basically got to do like interact with the contract directly with code on some
like
of this
the
stuff.
Pancake Swap contract that got forked. Like, who knows how to do that? Like, it's relatively few people. If it's not a verified contract, even maybe I could figure it out. It'd probably take me days, right? If it's a verified contract, you can do it, but it's still sketchy, right? It's like, does this do what it says it does? I don't know. But like, you can just swap inside the Internet Money wallet, interact with forked Uniswap V2, V3, Pancake Swap, Sushi Swap, Shiba Swap, like all these things that for sure will never have a real front end on Pulse Chain. They're the default front end. So I thought that was pretty cool that KG and Don did that.
Yeah, he's KG and I believe it's his father-in-law. It's a family member that's been.
His
They
father.
started out in real estate, and then they got bit with this passionate bug for everything being built for freedom on Pulse Chain and in the RH ecosystem. And it's absolutely insane the work that they put into that wallet. So shout out to KG and that group for building us something awesome. And it kind of like makes me think people are always like, well, RH is going to make a wallet. RH is going to make a stable coin. And it's kind of like, we have USDL, we have Coast. We don't need a stable coin anymore. And second of all, we've got the Internet Money wallet. So it would be great for RH to pick up the reins or pump KG's Internet Money wallet for sure.
It would be if I'd love it if he came on and said, "Well, you know what? This one's so good. This is now the Pulse Chain wallet." I think that would be a well-deserved victory for those guys. They did it in good faith, knowing that RH maybe would come and make a wallet one day, but like he hasn't. To my knowledge, he hasn't moved a finger on that, and they still built and built and built. And their stuff is heavy lifting. Like building wallets is not like forking a meme coin from Ethereum, right? Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah, Yeah. Casey asks, how can we get Dark to show on Go Pulse Bubbles and portfolio? Request to team? We do. We have a request out to the Crypto Bubbles people, the Go Pulse Bubbles people, to get Dark listed there. So look for that. Hopefully we'll get that whatever information they need there. We did get all of our information on Deck Screener, only to find out the Gecko terminal is pretty damn good in a bunch of other ways. So we might.
It is. I think it's worth it for you. I think it's worth it to be on Deck Screener too. I think that was still a good choice. You can do Gecko Terminal too. I did both, and I'm looking at doing more things. There's a number of places where you can list your stuff. Morales is a good one to look at. What's that? What's the other one? Sounds like Deck Screener.
Dex Tools.
Dex Tools. So I think we're listed on there. But Deck Screener is probably the most public of all of the above, aside from listing on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. Those would be the other ones to look at, which may cost money.
Yeah. Yeah, they may cost a little bit of money to get on them, but like I said, we jumped through, did what we had to get on Deck Screener because we wanted to make sure, first of all, people saw the logo and got the correct telegram and stuff before someone else stole it. And there's like 6 other dark matters, not just dark, but there's other coin tokens and NFTs called dark matter that have been around for like a year or so. And so we were like, we just got to make sure people are using the right contract address and so forth. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm going to pull up the screen here of our cute little dark matter here. And yep, someone's heading to Saturn right now.
Number go up.
Like this was like, you could tell that people were like seeing something was going on here and they jumped in here. But I don't even see the bots. The bots are coming in and selling fractions of a dark matter, where the bots used to be selling like 6 or 10 dark matter at a time. So
maybe the bot.
Yeah, this thing is off on a run. It's running. We'll see where it stops, and we'll see how much liquidity we can pump into this pool, so that people don't, so some of those, maybe not whales, but maybe some sharks and some dolphins can come in here and participate without blowing the water out of the bathtub, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be a huge win.
Jonathan Campolo says, glorious, man. Appreciate it.
Pro tip for you.
Dude, I love that mustache.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's my handlebar mustache. I sport once in a while.
I heard pro tip and I pulled my pen out immediately.
Contact the guys at Piteous and have them just in their Telegram room and ask them to whitelist that pool. So what that'll mean is that they'll whitelist it so it routes when people make it. Piteous being the deck segregator, when people make a purchase, it will look at that pool to route it through as one of the options. It doesn't take away from the pools you have on PulseX, but it just makes sure that Piteous knows that pool is there when people are making a swap. So it's a big advantage. It would happen probably anyway with the volume that I think that pool is probably going to get. But you can ramp it up early if you ask them to whitelist the pool. And that way, people will always be getting the best deal, and they won't have to bounce between PulseX and Fux to get the best deal. They can just use Piteous, and it will automatically route partially through PulseX and partially through Fux, or whatever is going to give them the best deal on buying the Dark token.
Beautiful. And we got Kate Figor here in the house. He says, "Hey Max and all." He's the guy that wrote our anti-gravity anthem and our rap. Leroy, the Space Monkey. And I wanted to do a shout out right now to everybody who is artistically inclined or just likes to be a critic. Come join us in our Telegram in the art department, in the NFT department. and either vote for the image that you want to see on the next Journeys NFT, or can submit your own AI art. Anything. It can be Mid-Journey, it can be Blender, it can be Dolly, any one of those. Jump on there and create some art, throw it in that, and whoever gets chosen is obviously going to get rewarded really fat with a bunch of collective points and most likely some other tokens. So that's just a shout out to you guys that love art and love the story. Also dig into the story. We've got the Rings of Dust book there. Oh, let me check on something real quick. We have some people helping us edit that book and finish that book, and we're going to try to get it to Amazon and Audible as quickly as possible, because that's a place
Audible,
that is a place to go to, and we don't have to punch through the noise that you get on Twitter. There's going to be a lot of sci-fi people that just love sci-fi. If we just put a little link in there or a little video saying, hey, come look at the cryptocurrency that inspired this novel, we can get a bunch of people that are no coiners jumping in our community that already believe in the values that we have. They're already invested in the story and the art. And so that's kind of our little chink in the armor that we're going for, as long as our cute little amazing community of 105. I mean, we did go from 200 to 260 people on Telegram, but that's it. Like, we are growing slowly, but the people that are supposed to be here are going to be here, ride or die. The people that are missing the point or dumping their tokens or just not listening, they're not supposed to be a part of this ride yet. They can join, later and the next journey or the next journey or the next journey. But for 4 years, there will be another journey for people to join us. So
I have some ideas how we can increase the number of people that are legitimate pulse chain people that will join your Telegram room and get the word out. I'm sure we can swell those numbers up to 400 in no time with a couple tricks. It's all about just getting the word out to the right people at the right time.
Yeah.
That art thing you talked about, is that a contest?
Yeah, it's a contest. So if
that's
you come
a great
here
idea to talk about, we could advertise that for people that come into the room.
Yeah, definitely. That's another thing we can use. And then of course the ranks and the collective, the points people are earning, and the real life swag and online benefits that we're giving away. We'll be crystallizing those and pumping those out too. So we'll be, I'm just going to write down Telegram art contest /outreach.
Why not? Yeah, I have some of my personal art that I'd like to submit. I'm not quite sure if it fits in with the book or not, but I think it has mass appeal. I got quite a bit of mileage on Twitter with this. Like, a lot of people like it. It might play well.
First of all, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to submit that piece of art in our Telegram, because first of all, it brings up a lot of feelings in me. Let's just say that.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, and it's got parts of things that we know. It's like, it's very ecosystem oriented. If you've been around long enough, you know what you're looking at.
Yeah, I definitely know where that the original image came from. But I mean, I guess what I'm saying is my body's going through changes that I don't understand right now when I look at that.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, it is a confusing thing for the body to process, I would say.
KP Gore says, I'm looking forward to doing some merch with the Project Max. I think it'll be very popular. Yes, I think so too. We do have a bunch of merch right now that is that's to give away. I mean, we have a whole bunch of stickers, a whole bunch of we actually have a stencil for the collective, a whole bunch of really cool stuff that we're giving away. And then it moves in, the higher you rank up, it moves into stuff like t-shirts and then collector's items, and then like a signed copy of the book. And then after that, if you guys get deep, if the whales come, or if you guys are really, busting your ass in the community, pushing out the word of this thing, then you're looking at stuff like tailored suits, custom watches, and some crazy person may end up with a car at the end of this bull run. Who knows? It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we appreciate that very much. I know who that is. Ha 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 ha. That looks like an Arab Dick Bastardly. Arab Dick Bastardly. Is that who the cartoon? Where did you get the cartoon characters?
From Inspector Gadget.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Hilarious. Goodness. Cool. Well, like I said, I'm going to go to bed here in a little bit, and probably have my laptop open on my bed. And
I have officially entered the art contest now, so you could probably close the contest if, I think we have a winner here.
So I'm trying to get people to do more characters out of the book. We have BitBoy Leroy, the Space Monkey. We've got, Ricardo Corazon. If that name sounds familiar. We've got a few nice ladies in the book, and even some bad guys, some real bad POSs. So, oh my gosh. Hexy Bob is in the house. He says, "What did I just walk into? What is this your mansion? Is this Fast Abdul's palace?"
Yeah, that's right. This is where my throne room is that I reign from. Where I make all the heavy calls,
Oh my gosh.
It's good for all seasons.
First of all, I see lighter fluid on the pallet right there.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I see what can only be described as an elephant's glory hole. Because I'm wondering what is the purpose of that cinched up hole in the tarp?
That's a good question. Well, sometimes you just gotta use the tarps you have.
Yeah. Oh, man,
but I'm close to nature.
Holy crap. I love it. All right. Well, like I said, there's right now it looks like there's not 200. There's where does it say it here? It says the dark matter versus the pulse. Let's say there's 107 dark matter for sale, up against about $3,500 a pulse. So, degen at your own risk, degen responsibly. But then again, sometimes you just have to say screw it and mark it by like a Saudi. If you guys aren't whales or, huge players, it might be worth it to eat a little bit of slippage here. I don't know. I can't say for sure, but
not financial advice.
Not financial advice. Just consult a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, a priest.
Not medical advice, not legal advice.
Yes. Yeah.
Not religious advice. Yeah, that's good.
Your local horoscope reader. Do some tea leaves, do some tarot cards, consult a Ouija board. However you come to your own financial decisions, run this through that. And
cab driver.
Yes.
Ask your cab driver about dark matter today.
RH very kindly let me run. I hope you will too. Yeah, always asking about the merch. Yeah, the only other person that I've sent any images to right now is Crypto Compassion in the shit show in King Pui. He may have some merch, but anyone who wants to make merch and sell merch has my blessing, complete blessing. However, I will say that if you earn the swag, it's sweeter. It's better to say, I earned this t-shirt and these stickers. Go ahead and buy them. Don't get me wrong. Slap them on every stop sign in your town. But it'll be interesting. And I can't wait to bring a bunch of stuff to the meetups You know,
Yeah,
I'm going to
me
be
too.
going down to Panama in January
Yep.
to Randy Hilarski's shindig down there, his conference. I'm very excited to go down there and, you know, shake hands with those people and bring a bunch of swag and stuff. I believe Randy may or may not have hit a couple of ranks that you know, warrant him some goodies. So we'll see what's going on. It's very difficult to ship things to Panama. Apparently, like you have to use like one of those mailbox double
Really.
post, double ship things, and then I think it ends up on a small burro that walks into the front of his apartment. That's how I think I believe that's how Randy Hilarski received mail is by burro. Right. Oh, Brightlight says, cool. We get to meet in Panama. Hell yeah. I will wholesale you, obviously, if you like what I design. Thanks, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Love. Slippage might treat you well after a few weeks of up only. Yeah, there's a lot of people are eating slippage right now and smiling because,
Slippage is okay, just as long as there's not a better way, right? So it like I think for buying dark, once especially once this Fux pool gets up and running. Right now, there's so little liquidity; it's not really the thing. But once
Mhm.
there's more liquidity, if you use Piteous, it will access the Fux pool as well as any pools on Pulse X, and you'll pay the minimal amount of slippage for whatever you want. So that's the thing to do. Go to the Piteous front end, make your buys there. I think that's going to be the win most of the time.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan right there. Um, for sure. And the nice thing about raising money in the bottom of the bear market was, you know, you had all these big projects raising 10-50 million dollars in their sacrifice phases back
Yeah,
during the last bull run, and you know, they didn't provide any liquidity,
I
and
know.
everyone's like,
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
don't you have 50 mil in your pocket to like throw on the things? Now, don't get me wrong, there's no reason to provide exit liquidity to dumpers.
No,
Anyone who says I don't want to provide liquidity to dumpers, I get you. I totally do. We've been, as I showed on the chart earlier, you can see the exact moment that the airdroppers got their money, and then the moment that another wave of people found out that they got free money. So I get that. But we raised like $43, 2 bottle caps, and half a stick of gum. That was really
nice.
what we got, and we were grateful as hell for it because everyone was busted. Everyone was trying to DCA as hard as they could into everything. We all knew it was a great time to invest, but most of us had been tapped out. All of our powder was gone.
Sort of tapped. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
rough time to run any sort of sacrifice where you're just sacrificing for points and there's no financial benefit. That's that is a choice that would have been hard to make.
yeah, it's rough. So I don't think people are really expecting a ton of liquidity from us unless, you know, we tap into people like Firewell and other people that, you know, they're hungry for the fees and the yield and the farming.
Yeah.
So now that we've got that ball rolling, we may see more wells going in that way.
Yep.
Some people think I'm a baller. Some people think I live in my mom's basement. They're probably both true. But honestly, I did what we were supposed to do back in the day. I staked all of my hex. I sacrificed for Pulse. I was a true believer, and let's just say that I'm really grateful that this bull run has started because
Indeed.
there's been a couple tough decisions that we've had to make. How much money do we put into this and that and that? And we, of course, would never not do an audit or a bug bounty program or check the code and get all the smart contracts written. We definitely put the money into the security and the infrastructure first. And the website is gorgeous. We're very happy with the website. But at the end of the day, everyone's like, okay, so let's give these marketers 15 grand and let's throw the 15 grand over here and here. And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand what's going on here. We have really good times ahead. But the truth is my heart, my soul, and the last 4 years of my life have gone into this project. And the last thing I want to do is let anyone down. So I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys are awesome. And this community is special. Like, not just the Pulse Chain community and Hexkins, they are very special. But the anti-gravity community has given so much more than I ever would have asked for. And I'm truly honored and humbled to share this ride with you guys. So enough of the sappy shit. I love you guys. Love you very much. So only 1 million supply, fam, and the evil address has most of it. This thing is designed to go up. I love my T-shares and my Pulse and Pulse sack still. I do too. I'm very happy I put in those things. And I did a tweet earlier where if you take the whales out, which granted, I don't know what the whales are going to do, but if you take the whales out, there's like 1.7% of circulating supply right now in this project, which is about 17,000 tokens. Out of those 17,000 tokens, about 2,000 of those are still free claims, airdrops. So, I mean, those people may or may not come around to find out they have this token. And when they do, they'll probably look at this chart and dump, like I would. If I didn't know anything about a project and someone said, here's 2 tokens and they'll get you $100 and buy you a nice steak dinner, boom, I'm gone. Or, I'm aping into something else.
They might take a look to wonder why they got, because like $100 airdrop is like unusual nowadays. I'd be like, why did I get $100 airdrop? How did this go to $100 when I got airdropped it for free? Like, I'd want to know the particulars of how this happened, right?
Right.
And I might choose to stick around after looking at a chart, after looking at the community, and be like, okay, there's actually stuff here. This is a community. And if there's one thing that people on Pulse Chain and in the Hex community know, is communities and the value of that. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of your airdrops become long-term holders, with the knowledge that they're long-term holders. Some of them will become long-term holders because they'll never figure out they actually have it, and it will just be in their wallets forever. And that's okay with me too.
Yeah. And like I said, the people that are supposed to be here are here.
Yep.
Like those, not to get all biblical or religious, but those with eyes to see and ears to hear are here. Like they saw people in Hex saw something in Richard Hart that other people didn't. Like me, I speak asshole. I was in the military. So when Richard Hart would come off as gruff or maybe arrogant or brash, I was like, I could still hear between his tone and his persona. I could be like, wait a minute. And I was like, this guy's a genius. This guy understands Bitcoin. He understands Ethereum. He's a genius. And the few of us that heard that and that amazing community that he built with Hex is just, it's amazing. It's amazing. So, I mean, just like,
agreed.
Knock on wood. Thank your lucky stars. I'm glad to have found you guys. And try to get some sleep tonight, homies. Don't stay up all night degenning like me. Get some shut eye. Obviously, Fast Abdul has not been missing on his beauty sleep. The man is a chiseled, handsome man. So whatever he's doing, I mean, he's on every stream. He's everywhere. He is the Holy Spirit, as I said before. He's everywhere and nowhere at once. So I'm imagining he's taking naps here and there when he gets a chance.
You'd be surprised. Like I usually manage to slip 7 hours in a night straight, and I'll sleep for about 7 hours.
Nice.
Without disturbance. So like I do require that sleep, but then once I'm up, like for the past 3 months especially, or the past 9 months before that too, it's like it's go time all day long, 18 hours a day. I'm just at the computer and talking to the people about the stuff. But I do have kids, I do have a family. I try to get out and get around. I try to get some exercise. It's important to stay healthy and not forget the priorities.
Yeah. Well, and I was just looking, I was trying to get some transactions to go through, and it's like $2 on Pulse to get swaps and stuff to go through. The gas
cheap from Ethereum standards, right?
75 million beats.
Wow.
for our fee. So we're gonna have to get a hold of Bretep and what's his name, David Feeder,
Yeah.
and the validators, and be like, hey homies, we we gotta fix this. This is too early in the bull run for $1 and $2 fees on Pulse Chain. So for those of you guys
$1,
to get
$2 are
stuff
not
to
going
go
to scare
through,
ETH bros. Like that's still compared to ETH, that's still cheap.
yeah, and really, I mean, the $2 doesn't break me, but the problem is the fee goes up so quickly that you get stuck transactions, you get failed transactions, you get dropped transactions, because it just moves on without you at that point, you know.
Yeah.
Cape says, I just spent over 200 to end a hex stake. It's like, what the F, excuse my language. Totally. No, I watched an onboard through that just yesterday where it was $6 on Pulse to end his stake for a few hundred. It was worth a few $100s. And then we went over to Ethereum, and Ethereum wanted $260, and it was only worth $50 over there. So I'm tired of it telling my onboards that they've got to let it bleed, you know.
Yeah, that's sad. I think on Pulse Chain too, like some of these things are situational. Like today we have a specific event involving PDI where there's been a lot of transactions, probably a lot of bots buying and selling PDI in particular. And PDI is the top gainer today, except for Dark, which is gained about 3 times as much as PDI. So Dark could actually be the reason that the fees are so high. And with 177% increase in 24 hours, it's the top gainer on the Pulse Chain as far as I could tell.
Yeah. We apologize if we've made anything more expensive tonight. We will repent. Casey says, off to bed, taking that solid advice. I wonder if solid is a pun there. That's funny though. Great work, PulseRay. I don't make many public statements in this community, but I'm team PulseRay. I'm team Casey, man. Casey's been around for a long time. He brought insane amount of really cool hex hats to the very first meetup in Vegas a long time ago. I'm gonna have to wear one of those on stream soon, just to give a shout out to Casey. And I'm gonna be partying with Casey on New Year's Eve. So
nice.
Hit us up if you're gonna be in the San Diego area around New Year's Eve. I'm just gonna throw that out there on the low. But I can't wait to hang out with Casey. I can't wait to see you guys in Panama. And I can't wait to see how much fat, thick, juicy liquidity ends up in this new pool. This is...
could be a thing.
Yeehaw!
Nice.
All right. We love you guys. Do you want to do the awkward wave goodbye? I don't have many guests lately, because it's usually me rambling. I'm going to throw on a little bit of night driving music here. Hopefully YouTube doesn't copyright strike me for using StreamYard's free music, but who knows? We'll give this a shot. You just look into the camera, go back to your most awkward age, 13 for most of us, and wave at the prettiest girl or guy, I'm not here to judge, across the room. yours has a quiet confidence to it, even being as awkward.
I'm trying my best.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for being here. Follow Fast Abdul on X, on Telegram. Jump into any Telegram group you're in. He's going to be in. Yeah. You're good. Yes. You cannot avoid Fast Abdul even if you want to. And I'm so excited about this pool. So thanks so much for helping us guide us through that. Thanks for everyone guiding us through liquidity providing and all sorts of stuff. This community is. I love you guys. Love you. I love you. And there's only a day, and holy cow, there's 1 day, 9 hours, and 41 minutes to mint your Journey 1 fuel cell NFT. So if you haven't done that, or if you got the free airdrop and you're like, what do I do with these 2 tokens? I don't want to really sell them because I don't know how high it's going to go. You might want to jump in there and just mint a couple more of those pinatas and watch them fill up with candy. Just throwing that out. Max Spirit's the reason I'm here. Kiss, kiss, haha, bye-bye. AB is cool as you are, Max. God bless. Thank you very much. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Have a wonderful night. I'll be streaming tomorrow for sure. Probably not this late. This is irresponsible. But you guys are irresponsible too. So I love you. We'll see you next time.